Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax. I just woke up, so my voice is meh. But I'm okay. Really, I'm okay. The title of this video is I'm okay. It's not meant to clickbait or anything. Like, I genuinely am okay, and I want to talk about this phrase, I'm okay, because we in society, on social media, with our friends and family, we use this phrase to basically explain that we're not okay, but we're still going through the motions. We're going through life. And I think it's always like kind of awkward when you ask someone how they're doing and they go, "I'm okay." Like it's sort of uh an an imposition into saying like, "Please ask me more." Like it's basically saying like, no, I'm actually dealing with something and it'll take a little bit to explain it, but I'm just going to say I'm okay, and if you ask more, maybe I will explain what's going on. And like I've used this recently, I've used this throughout my whole life. I have people in my life who have done this all the time. It's certainly not a bad thing. I'm not trying to like vilify the phrase I'm okay. But I think a lot of the time, everyone is trying to keep their head above water. They're trying to just survive. They're paddling. They're struggling through the currents of life. That river is treacherous, and sometimes you just need to be able to talk to someone about it. So the phrase the phrase honestly denotes like an exact opposite meaning to the actual like phrase itself. I'm okay. No, you're not okay. You're struggling with school, exams, money, work, family, friends, health problems, all kinds of things like that. Maybe your roommate is awful, and you just need to talk to someone about it. I think it's so important that you talk to someone when you're okay. When you're just okay, uh, there's clearly something that needs to be addressed. There's clearly something that is not quite hitting the mark, not quite doing the thing that it should be doing. Um, Maybe you just feel like you're in a rut. Maybe you don't know how to explain. Like, I'm okay. I don't know how to explain it any other way. Like I wake up, I do my thing, and everything just kind of feels bleh, and I don't know what to do. So it can be really difficult to explain exactly how you're feeling, and so just saying to someone that you're okay is the closest thing that you can explain, because okay isn't amazing. Okay isn't perfect. Okay is just, yeah, I'm here. I'm still on the planet, aren't I? What else do you want from me? Thriving and surviving are two very different ideas, and I think when you're just surviving, you're okay, but you could be much better. And I think we really need to be conscious of the people in our lives who tell us that they're okay. You need to make sure that they're really going to be okay. They're going to be amazing. They're going to survive and then thrive. It is really important to check in with your friends and family, the ones that you care about, the ones who care about you, the ones who are there for you in tough situations. When someone like that tells you that they're okay, you got to stop everything you're doing and just say, what's going on? Should we go for coffee? Should we go for brunch? Should we go for drinks later? There is a necessity to make sure these people are okay, because in really honest and blunt terms, a lot of people are struggling, and they need to know, maybe it's yourself, but you need to know and they need to know that there is someone out there who is willing to drop everything and see them and spend some time with them. They need to know that you care and love them, and that makes all the difference. Not to get like super personal, but I have lost friends to depression and inexplicable accidents and health problems. Um, it sucks, and it sucks knowing that you know coulda, woulda, shoulda, and you can't think that way, because at the end of the day, it's not on you to prevent these people from making a mistake, but you need to check in, make sure that they are actually okay, you know, uppercase capital letters okay, and not just saying it to discredit or dissuade any worries or, you know, fears that other people might have, because that's a big thing too, is someone might tell you that they're okay when they're really not okay, and they don't want to impose, they don't want to put it onto somebody for unwanted stress, or, you know, I'm very much like this. I do not want to cause undue stress or anxiety to the people in my life. And so I often say, I'm okay, I'm doing fine, when in actuality, there's something that is going on that is really difficult, that is really hard for me to deal with, or I don't have the skills or the wisdom to deal with these things. And I just need someone there to talk. And so not only do you have to be able to pick up on when somebody is actually not doing very well, and try and be there and support them and know that you are there for them, make them know that. You also have to do it with yourself. When you aren't doing well, it is your duty to explain to somebody that you trust and love as best you can why you're not doing well. It is so critically important to be able to communicate that. And it's difficult. It's very hard, especially for someone like me and probably someone like you who watches these videos. It can be so hard to ask for help. Sometimes you don't even need help. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. And, you know, sometimes you're not even looking for solutions. And you can say that to someone. You can say, hey, I'm dealing with this thing. I don't really need solutions, but I just need someone to listen to me. You know, I just need someone to hear me out. And that is totally fine. A good friend will understand that and will just be that shoulder to cry on, that ear to listen. And that's what's really important. I think some people come to the situation and come to a difficult situation and they just want to help. You know, they're just like, okay, yep, how can I, like, you're going to come to the gym with me. We're going to make sure you drink lots of water, eat healthy, meditate, you know, come to this thing with me, come to this party with me, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes that is a great solution. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is a added inconvenience to this person. You know, they've come to you with their problem and then you've given them all the solutions and they're like, I don't think any of that's going to help. And then they feel worse because they're like, I don't know what I need. I don't know what I want. And, you know, everything that you're offering sounds good on paper, but it's just not right for me in this situation. That can be really stressful, and it can actually make the problem worse because now you feel bad that you've come to somebody with a problem and they've given you these solutions which aren't gonna actually help you in your specific situation, and now you feel worse because you've just made them worry about you, and you're like, oh man, now my mom's worrying about me. What do? I've made this whole worse. So the whole phrase of I'm okay, it has a lot of meaning, especially in our society. It can actually mean that you're doing okay. It can mean that you're surviving and that's it. It can mean that you're actually doing really badly. And you have to be really careful with that power. And I highly, highly recommend just trying to be as communicative and explanatory as possible. If you are having a bad day, start it with, I'm okay, and then explain as much as you can to people, because just giving them that very basic statement will not be enough to help you. They won't know what to do. They won't know exactly where you are on this whole spectrum of being okay, whether your life is falling apart or you're actually doing really well. They won't know. So your job is to be able to identify basically how you're doing and explain that to other people, and ask questions when somebody comes to you with that statement. When somebody comes to you and you can clearly see that they're not doing well, you have to be able to ask sensitive, well-pointed questions to figure out exactly how they're doing, exactly how they're feeling. And this can be as easy as, really, just tell me about it. Like, tell me what's your day been like. You can beat around the bush. You can be super exact. Just try and be sensitive to the individual person. You care about them, so you obviously know a bit about them and how they act, how they explain. Some people some people are really muted. Some people will say, I'm okay, and their mom just died and they're going through this whole terminal, really big problem. And some people say they're okay, and it means that, you know, they got cut off in traffic and felt really bad about it. So you will know the individual person and you know yourself. So communicate, be as communicative as possible, explanatory as possible. Ask the right questions, ask the sensitive questions. If the person doesn't want to feel like a deer in the headlights, you know, maybe beat around the bush, ask a question that maybe gets them to explain a bit more, maybe make a joke. You know, some people love a bit of humor. I have a bunch of videos on my phone that are just really funny cat videos that I'll show someone and it'll get us laughing, and then we can get into it. We can, you know, laughter breaks the silence. So there's a lot that you can do, and I hope that this video is somewhat helpful. I am doing okay. I am doing well. You know, I have the standard problems and tribulations in life, but life is good. I am looking forward to the future. I'm eating right. I'm exercising. I'm doing as best I can. And I really am loving what I do. So that's all I'm going to say today is I'm okay. Tell me what you think that means. And let me know advice, comments down below. Feel free to connect with other people. And as always, I hope you're having an amazing day, week, month, year, century, decade, millennium. And I hope it's amazing. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.